Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. So, today is November the 25th, 2024. Almost the end of the year. Okay, so today we're gonna paint this dog, and I'm gonna start with a different method than before. So before, I always painted the light areas first, and I don't know, I just painted whatever I feel like it, however I feel like it. And obviously you can definitely find your own method doing that, but I do want to try something else, maybe that will be more efficient, and that's obviously painting the dark first, then to light. Then I'm gonna use aquamarine, and not aquamarine, I mean ultramarine, giving this like really deep black color. I'm gonna lean it more towards cooler side. Okay, so we are gonna start with the darkest part of this dog, and it's here. This paint is a little bit more transparent than I like, but it should be okay. Like, one of my favorite animal artists, she paints a lot of, well, one of my favorite painter, she paints a lot of animals, and I really like her process. So I was looking at how she painted her animals. Her name is Jennifer Gennari, and I was looking at how she painted her animals in time lapse, because obviously there's no in-depth tutorial unless you pay. So she started from the darkest area first. So I'm like, oh cool, let me do that as well. A lot of the times I feel like for painting or for art in general, it's just like watch and learn, trial and error. You don't really know what you're doing, to be honest. And this part is really dark. Yeah, so today I actually had a really productive day. Like, I got everything I wanted to do done. I'm really surprised, to be honest, because usually on my day off, I'm either like way too tired or just like, yeah, basically way too tired to do anything, or way too busy to do anything. And consider the fact that last night I didn't sleep well, and I still had like this much energy in me to do whatever that I wanted to do. For me, it's pretty impressive. Just like, you know, a pat on the back for myself. So yeah, that's that. Morning, I went for a run, and since I got a running watch, I've been really enjoying running a lot more, to be honest. Like, I can actually measure my progress, and I can see like the pace that I'm running in, how well I'm doing, what my heart rate is, like the temperature, and then what I wore. Like, if I take a picture of it, if I take a picture of myself, I can obviously know what I wore in that temperature, if it's enough or if it's too cold. And also enjoying creating my running routes, like the maps and everything. Dang, I really enjoy that part. Okay, just making it dark here. And then also on the ears, this part. A little bit lighter here. Darker area like here, like a triangle. Okay. Yeah, so like I ran 6K today, and I feel like I somewhat have a running plan. I mean, even if I don't have a solid running plan, I can always ask the people around me because they're all runners. And then like last week I ran 21K in total. And this week, maybe I'll just like maintain it or like do 22 or 23, just a little bit, tiny bit more, you know, not too much. I don't want to like, I don't want to push myself to a point that I hate running. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you can overdo a thing, but the most important way, like the most important part to be consistent is actually enjoying what you're doing, and then you don't want to kill the enjoyment out of anything, you know, even if it means like doing less than you want, but just to protect that enthusiasm towards anything that you want to do on a consistent basis, on a daily basis. So yeah, last week 21K, and then what else? And so I'm using a running app called Strava. Obviously it's like pretty well known, I suppose, and I was really proud of myself running 21K, you know, like, and each week Strava resets itself, as in the widget, it resets itself on the phone. Let me see if I can show you guys. So here the widget resets. Obviously today I ran, but it just resets itself to like 0 kilometers. You have ran 0 kilometers, and I'm like, oh no, but like last week I did 21, you know. And then I realized my train of thought that I'm dwelling on my past actually is like past accomplishment. It's really humbling actually to like realize that, you know, I'm actually dwelling on my past accomplishment, because like every week Strava, it just resets itself, and you just have to like do a constant effort. Okay, I think I got like all the dark parts good, maybe around the nose area here. And to me, that's actually like a really humbling realization of that. Because it's like, no matter how well you did last week, it's a new week and you gotta keep pushing. Kind of like that mentality, mindset-ish. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting of an insight. And also, like, in running, like, so far, I'm enjoying it, but I obviously know there's gonna be, like, tough days, and dang, I don't know how I'm gonna respond to it. Okay, so I think these are all the darkest parts of this dog. And then I am going to do the second darkest part, which will be a little bit more brown. Like here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of purple so it has a little bit more color to it. So it's not that boring, you know. Here on the side. Let's see where else I can add this color on his nose here. This part. Maybe down at his neck, like this part. There's a little bit of a reflection here, here, and maybe here this side. So yeah, so far I have been enjoying my runs, and you know, I also planned out a route that I'm gonna run my name. You know, Amy. Like, I planned out the route of it and I'm really excited. And it's not like a crazy route. It's like around 8 to 11K. It's not like 30 or 40K, you know what I mean? So it's doable. And I'm actually really excited to do that. I was like, oh my god, this is so fun. I'm gonna run my name. Yeah, you know, like a newbie. A newbie starting running. Where else can I add this? I definitely see a little bit like cooler color around. Because of the light, I definitely see a little bit of cooler color more in other places. So I'm gonna use this pale ultramarine here. It might be a little bit too light, the value too light. Oh, and also, like, I have recently been vlogging. I'm not sure if anyone, you know, that is watching this video can actually watch my video, like right now to this point, that me mentioning that I'm vlogging. But if you guys do, let me know if anyone of you guys are interested in like watching. I had that channel. It's honestly my first channel. Like, I had the channel for a pretty long time, and I stopped for a pretty long time as well. I had that during COVID. It's, you know, just like daily vlogs. Well, where can I start? Initially, I started to do makeup, like makeup videos, because I wanted to be a beauty guru. I love makeup, and then I love being like creative, and then I would spend 1.5 or to 2 hours on my face, like during high school and during uni, you know, like that is a lot of time. I will wake up at 6 or 6:30 to do a full glam of my makeup. And, you know, like, it's kind of crazy right now because I just don't put makeup anymore. I just don't use makeup anymore right now. I kind of like grew out of it for makeup. Like, you know, if you want me to do something creative with makeup, yeah, sure. But like, I am just really comfortable with myself and not concealing anything, just like really natural. My skin is awesome, you know, and I just don't need it anymore. And also, I really don't like how the beauty industry just comes out with like, oh, new products every single month. This is new, that is new, and maybe they just change the packaging, but like, it just feels like you just have to keep up with the trend, on and on and on, and that annoys me, to be honest. Like, I think I realized that during my uni time, that I realized, oh, it's really unsustainable. First, I obviously don't have the money to spend like hundreds of dollars on a new release. And the second, it's just like, you never finish it, you know? You never finish it, and it's just really, really, really bad for the environment. Like, that's my realization in makeup, and all of a sudden, I'm disgusted. So I just like stopped all in all, and back then I was doing like a no makeup kind of. I was using only concealers. So with that, it actually helped my skin, you know. I think before I had a lot of like tiny pimples, or like bigger ones that would last for like a month and stuff like that. It's like, it's really tiring to deal with pimples. And then the moment I decided, okay, I'm not gonna use foundation, like my skin got better. Obviously, I'm not saying it's just because of this one factor that my skin got better. It's multiple factors. Like first, I did like a cleanup of my skin, and then second, I was drinking like apple cider vinegar water. I'm a huge advocate for apple cider vinegar water because, like, oh my god, I literally feel the difference in my body while, you know, drinking apple cider vinegar water. Yeah, like, let me just catch this light area. It's like, it just helps with your digestive system, and then you just like clear out all the toxins out. And I think it was a combination of these things, like eating clean and whatever, and also not putting that much makeup, or take off your makeup thoroughly, because probably back then I only cleaned my face once with a cleanser, but I think you should double clean it, especially if you're putting on heavy makeup on yourself. And I definitely didn't do that when I was younger, so I had a lot of pimples. But yeah, man, it was a process. I think, you know, everyone goes through it. So I'm like, oh, whatever. So anyway, back to the YouTube channel. So that YouTube channel was initially for my makeup, and then if you guys actually watch it, my oldest video is like 7 years ago, like my first ever makeup tutorial, and it is like so embarrassing. I am not going to watch back that YouTube video. And apparently that YouTube video had like a lot of views. I'm like, why? Why? Out of all the YouTube videos, why did you get the most views? Anyway, so yeah, fun story. After my makeup-ish era, I was doing vlogs. So it was in the pandemic, and I was bored. Everyone was bored. But I actually found joy. Like, I know a pandemic is a life changer for everyone, either for the good or for the bad. For me, luckily, it's for the good. Like, I became more social during the pandemic, you know, really interesting enough. Because, like, I just found my community, I found my people, and I slowed down. I reflected. I enjoyed the sun. I enjoyed the breeze. Like, I just enjoyed everything that I couldn't enjoy when I was just hustling for nothing, just for school, basically for nothing. So yeah, it was really nice of that. I'm just gonna add a little bit of indigo. So I was just vlogging my day-to-day, like what I eat, and it honestly, I think it did pretty well. Like, some of my friends, they were watching, and then I gained like 130-ish subscribers. But then, like, I just couldn't be consistent enough, you know? Even like my painting channel, like this channel, I still tried to be consistent. I struggle for sure, but it's obviously better than before. Yeah, so that was that. And then after the pandemic, you know, life stuff, I just stopped work and everything. I think I started a full-time job because my last video was in like 2022. started full-time job and stuff like that, it was it was hella overwhelming because you just can't find time to do anything. You know, even to record, it's hard because setting up your camera, setting up your tripod, setting up the shot, it takes time. It takes like an extra couple minutes. And if you add that extra couple minutes up, you know, maybe like 1/3 or like 1/4 of your day, what you like, you need to reserve the time to film, I would say. This part is a little bit light, and I think I'm gonna add white to it because man, oh man, gouache just dries really dark. This part, I'm gonna add a little bit of, I think here is a little bit warm. I'm gonna mix this color here. Yeah, so like that stopped for a little bit. And then, you know, these years, I honestly am still pretty lost. Lost for what, you know? I don't know, like, I feel like my life, I have been chasing happiness more than profession. And sometimes I would think, oh, is it the right thing to do? And stuff like that. Should I have like, just find like a good paying job and then do my hobbies on the side and stuff like that? You know, questions like this. Am I regretting it? Or like, yeah, just like questions like these really eats me up. Obviously, there's no right or wrong answer, and that is the most annoying part because there is no one answer to all. Unfortunately, that's life, and you just kind of have to figure it out yourself and in your way. So yeah, that's why I stopped. I just couldn't get back into filming my vlogs. And recently, when I picked up my camera again, like I was like reading self-help books and stuff like that, you know, I don't know what to do. Obviously, it's easy for people to tell you what to do, but like intuitively, what should you do? So I've been reading a lot of self-help books and came across that book called Designing Your Life. I think I mentioned it in my previous video. And basically, they're telling you to log your good time journal. So times that you have, that you really enjoy your own time, you know, you feel happy, you feel energized, and you know, you're in the flow. So just like kind of be aware of what you're doing and then log it in a journal called the good time journal, whatever. So when I picked up my camera again, I realized, oh, I actually really enjoyed filming. I enjoyed filming different angles, being creative in everyday life, because sometimes it does get dull. Like, for example, a daily shot that I do every single day, or like brushing my teeth, or cooking my eggs. I do that every single day, but it's up to me to decide what I want to show you that day, you know, or how I want to show you. Is my cooking the main focus of that day, or or it's just like a glimpse of the cooking? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, I really enjoy that. So yeah, I've been vlogging for maybe like 10 days now, which is nice. And my vlogs are just really short, to be honest. I don't want it to be super long and I have to like really well edited. I just want to be nice and short, concise. Like, it's just kind of like a daily vlog. Easy to watch, easy to digest. And yeah, there it is. So I've been doing that recently. Yeah, let me know if any of you guys are interested. If you guys want to know what I do on a daily basis. It's honestly what I feel like. I know some people, they don't like watching vlogs because, you know, why would you watch a stranger's life? But that's the fun of it. But that's the fun of it, right? Because everyone is so different. Everyone does everything differently. And then I personally, I'm curious of other people's life. Like, how did you become like this? Or what is your profession? Or what do you do? You know, because each person, each individual is so different. Like, their way of life, their way of living, or the way they view the world is different. I find that really fascinating than like whatever TV dramas and stuff like that. Not that I'm shitting on people that watches like those reality TV shows. The reality TV shows aren't reality. Vlogs are more realistic, you know. But anyway, that's that on my end. So yeah, that's the story of my vlog. Okay, I feel like the brushstrokes here are really messy. I'm just trying to find a good balance. And honestly, recently I've been thinking adding a like a section-ish in my vlog, as in how much I spend in a day living in Toronto, you know? Part of me, I'm frustrated, like living paycheck to paycheck. Like, I try so hard, but still, like, why can't I like save? Although I know I don't earn as much as other people, as in, you know, people doing office jobs or whatever maybe. But like, why? I'm frustrated towards myself, towards the world, towards the system. So I'm like, you know, fuck this all shit. I'm gonna record it like a money journal diary thing, you know? So I can keep myself accountable. And then I am really, really sure that I'm not the only one who's struggling, you know? Like, I am sure like other people are struggling, maybe in like similar situations, or maybe situations same as me. But like, no one is actually talking of the reality of it. Of whatever that's happening, you know? So, yeah. I'm probably gonna do that. I'm just getting all the lighter parts in. Cool. And then you do have those like YouTubers that advocate saying, you know, how much they save, what should your whatever paycheck distribution be, or savings be. But for someone that is just starting out, sometimes it's not really applicable, you know. Obviously, the mindset matters a lot. But I just want to see how far I can go with this. You know what I mean? And also, money is never my strength. I always spent all my money since I was a kid, and that's pretty bad. So just letting you guys know, if one day I do save up, or like whatever, or I do achieve whatever I want to achieve financially, I'm not sure yet. I still need to define that. You can too, because we are definitely not the only one. Just like me painting here, I have never really been a consistent person, and as you can see in this channel, but I try. Everyone tries. We all try really hard. Okay, so my burnt sienna is soon going to be finished, and I have no idea what other burnt sienna I want to get. Oh, maybe I do have an idea. Maybe I'm gonna get Holbein paint-ish. I have no idea how to pronounce that. It's a Japanese paint, and I think we do have it in other paint shops here in Toronto. Just gonna lighten up a little bit. I don't know. Why am I the only one that's struggling, I try, but why? But why? Is everyone struggling? And if everyone is struggling, what are they struggling? What's the different levels of the struggle? I wonder. I think this is pretty good for the dark areas. And then I'm just gonna use black one more time, maybe mixing it in with some purple, just to kind of reinforce the shadow parts, because I feel like as I'm layering up the shadows, it does kind of fade away a little bit. And obviously I am using a bigger brush, so it's pretty hard for me to gain any really precise detail on it. Oh, I'm so hungry. After this painting, I'm gonna cook. And I'm gonna cook for tomorrow as well, because tomorrow I have work. Okay. Now I am going to use like a more detailed brush, and I'm gonna paint the eye, around the eye. This is, I think, a little bit too detailed. And also recently, I have been pretty tired of Instagram. I'm not sure if any of you guys do follow my Instagram, but I haven't been, uploading or promoting on my Instagram. I'm tired. Like, after my Instagram break, Instagram kind of cleanse, I realized, oh, it's really not worth it, like, to kind of post every day, or like getting different angles here and there, like every time. I'm tired. So I just feel like there's got to be another way to market yourself, and that shouldn't be like a fast, quick marketing geek thing like Instagram. Although it's nice, maybe you just blow up and all of a sudden, but I think you're laying your chances like really thin just by this smear luck of blowing up. Obviously, I know it's not like luck, purely luck. It's, as long as you post enough, the algorithm likes you and stuff like that, and then, there's a higher chance for you to blow up. Just like stay consistent, whatever. But then, still, I don't think it's sustainable. That's my take on it. And I honestly feel like maybe a lot of YouTubers, they mentioned this before, but YouTube, it does have more of a community aspect to it. And that's what I like, I guess, more. That's what I like about it more. Okay, so right now I feel like for the dog, I have most of the dark parts, the dark areas all set. And then now I'm just going to go in with like the brownish area, stuff like that. And on my palette, I am just going to start on the other side. And maybe yellow ochre, just to tone down the vibrancy of it. And I'm gonna prepare some yellow as well. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna tone this color down a little bit. Maybe by using green. I'm just holding my mic, so it's a little bit all over the place. Okay, here I like this part. It's like a dark, rich, yellowish brown. Here. And for the lighter color on this dog, I am still gonna stick with darker color first, if it makes sense. Like darker colors in the light, in the light area. No, darker colors in the other color. So this dog has a blackish color and then an orange, brownish color, yellow color. So we're just gonna do that. These are the darker areas of the dog. Honestly, I should research a little bit more on different types of the dog, so I just don't say the dog. Instead, I can just say its species, which will be better. Okay, now I'm gonna use yellow. I feel like this yellow is so dirty. It's so contaminated by so many different colors. Ah, dang, it's becoming yellow ochre, you know? Anyway. On the side here. Here. It does need a little bit more orangey. And here. Dang, my stomach is growling. What should I use? No. I'm gonna use purple. Purple to darken the yellow area, like this part. There's a dark area here. And washing my brush. Let me try to use another red. This like pink. Bruh. This is not bright enough. Maybe this will be brighter. Okay. And using burnt sienna. No, I still like this red. It just becomes like a really rich and opaque orange. Add a little bit more yellow. I need a little bit more white for the lighter parts of the nose. Obviously it's gonna dry way darker than I want, but then I can just go in with another lighter color to kind of cover it, and then it will have the layers that I want. Darker areas of here. Oh, so I painted another dog maybe a couple days ago, and then dang, I formatted my card. I just totally forgot that I had that in my memory card, that I recorded that. So, well, that's not coming back. Just letting you guys know. Nice. I do want the yellow part to be really vibrant, so I am going to add a little bit of white to it so it really sticks out, like here. This part. And possibly here. Might need to add some orange there. So it might be a little bit watery, and especially the previous layer kind of reactivated, so we're gonna wait until that dries. Like a darker orange. Gonna paint here. Nice. I kind of want to reinforce this area. Adding a little bit more burnt sienna around the nose. I feel like it has a little hint of green to it. Now let's just color it all in. This part a little bit lighter. And then I'm gonna go in to do the eyebrows of the dog. Eyebrows. Oh. Like a stronger color. I think it's still pretty transparent here, but it's okay. Looks nice. Reinforcing that color. Nice. And then, as I mentioned, like the nose area, it became a little bit light. Did I just splash a drop there? Okay, whatever. So I'm gonna go back in with like more white, lighter color. And the nose, it has some light color here on the side. Here. Dang, my stomach is really growling. Here. And right now, I might just reinforce the dark areas. Like what I said, a lot of times painting is just pushing and pulling the paint. Here needs reinforcement, and where else? I think here. Black is so strong, like you literally can't tell it's orange there. Never mind, I'm not gonna use black. I'm gonna use brown, mix it in with this darker color. Here. Nice, I like that. I like the illusion of the fur. Okay, I think it's coming together. So right now, I'm gonna use like a detail brush. And then I'm gonna paint the dog's nose. Gonna dot. Okay, now I need to make an orange for the pupil. Let's make a darker orange first, more red, and then brown, to give it a little bit more depth. Double checking if my camera is still recording. Yes, it is. Oops. Then just move it. Alright, just a little bit more. My camera is about to be out of battery soon, so hopefully it'll last just like for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Let's go. Here. And then I am going to dot the black right in the middle. Here. A little bit more. Bro, that's really not helpful. Yeah, that brush, it can't paint a circle. It's just not thin enough or detailed enough for that. So that's that. Last but not least, wash it off. The highlights of the nose and the eye. A little bit more white. And then I'm just gonna press this flat. Here. The side part here. Side part here. A little bit more on the nose. cool. And last little bit on the eye. Don't fail me, camera. Don't fail me. Here. Here. Alright, so I think that concludes today. Add some whiskers. Yeah, that will conclude today. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm still debating or not, like, whether to add any background color. I feel like this looks pretty good already, so I don't want to ruin this. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.